What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another DVD and Blu-ray haul, this time from the thrift store. I have some from Amazon, and I have even some from the Dollar Tree. So I like to give you guys these update videos, especially for physical media collectors, because I'm a huge one, guys. And this is one of my shelves right here. That's one of my shelves down there. I have another one in the other room that I'm constantly either going through to either see if they have any rewatch value, to upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray, to upgrade from Blu-ray to 4K. There's always so much that needs to be done around here, at least for me as a physical media collector. But if you guys are physical media collectors and you do like videos like this, consider hitting that big thumbs up and subscribing today to join the Flix Talk family. And just a shameless plug, guys, but I do have new merch in the store down in the link below, so check that out on your own time if you guys want to support. All right, now these first couple of movies are deals that I did pick up on Amazon.com. I do follow bluray.com, which gives you kind of a daily update on some of the savings that you could be getting on physical media, whether it's DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K. So one that I saw, which I did see in theaters, which really did blow me away. I'm so glad I can add it to my collection for cheap. I mean, this is the cheapest that I've seen it, guys. It was only $13. It is on 4K, and it is Godzilla versus Kong. Now, once again, I did see this in theaters, but I have yet to rewatch it at home. I know it was streaming on HBO Max. That's totally fine. I'm a collector, guys, through and through. I love the uncompressed quality that we can get from a physical media disc, and I just love that slip cover right there. Everything looks very, very nice and polished. I thought this was a very, very good and fun movie, especially since I really did like Kong Skull Island and the other separate solo Godzilla movies. So that was my first pickup at $13. Now, granted, I don't usually pay over $10 even for physical media, so it takes a lot for me to add that, but that is a brand new copy that I'm getting fresh from Amazon.com, so that's as cheap as I can get it for right now. Now, the second one right here is a double dip, because I do own the remake of, I believe this is a 2013? Yeah, 2013's remake for Evil Dead right here. This is the original copy that I do have, but unfortunately, it was only the theatrical cut, so I did double dip recently because it went on sale. I do have the Evil Dead unrated cut right here. So this is so deep red. I just didn't even realize how it's going to look on camera. But this one right here does include the original and the unrated cut. Now, I'm actually very, very excited to check this one out because I know it's added footage, something only like about 5 or 6 minutes of extended scenes or more gore, whatever have you. But I was such a fan of this remake, guys, especially going off of the originals. You know, the whole trilogy was awesome. Evil Dead 1 and 2, Army of Darkness with Bruce Campbell, love it. I am a fanboy of that series. I know it's kind of like an easy go-to of like, oh yeah, I don't even think that's a movie that's really overhyped. It's just iconic. It has a huge cult following. And I think for the most part, most people did like this remake. The story was switched a little bit, but the overall premise of the house setting was very similar. Everything was eerie. And if you guys are gore hounds, definitely try to pick this one up. Have you guys seen the unrated version? I have yet to see it. I believe it says that the theatrical version is 91 minutes. Okay, and the unrated version is 97 minutes. 6 extra minutes of unedited footage, or unrated footage, I will say that. So very, very excited. And once again, I'm a gore hound and I love the kills that we even saw from the theatrical cut in theaters. I was like, the theater was going crazy when we saw it. All right, so that's it for my Amazon pick. I only got the 2 these last couple of days. Now this next pickup right here is from the Dollar Tree, which just a couple of days ago I ran into a random Dollar Tree I've never gone into in the city that I never really visit too much, and I was surprised that they were selling this. And we know if you guys go collect at the Dollar Tree physical media, either DVD or Blu-ray, it's usually really crappy movies, guys. And I pick up the crappy movies sometimes and I'll watch them or whatever, just give them a chance, because for whatever reason they sound to intrigue me, right? It just catches my attention, whether it's the artwork, the story, whatever. But like 80% of the time they're bad movies. Or this recent haul that we did get at the Dollar Tree, guys, it is like a lot of Spanish disc titles. They're American movies, but they're in like Spanish as far as like the language. You can change it to English. I have a whole video on that. You can change it to English, but the cover art is all in Spanish and whatnot. Kind of like what they do with the French Canadian releases, where it's in English and in French as far as like the title cover art goes. But this one right here was purely in English, and I've never seen this even out at any Dollar Tree right here. Comes with the slipcover. It is Don John. I always want to say Don Juan, but it is Don John. I forgot that this was actually written and directed by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's right there on the cover. You also have Julianne Moore at the bottom and Scarlett Johansson. Now, I think we saw this. I don't think I saw this in theaters. I think Laura said she saw this in theaters with her mom, and I'm like, oh God, what an experience that must have been, right? This one was a kind of a fun, sexy movie from what I remember, but I saw it on Streamer and I never saw it again, so maybe that's a sign of me not liking it. I don't know, but let me know if you guys have seen Don Juan. I've only picked it up for $1.25, so I'm very, very happy with that pickup. All right, now let's jump into my recent Goodwill thrift store hauls. Now, we went to 2 thrift stores, and I believe one was Goodwill and the other one was like a Salvation Army type of organization. I'm not really sure, but either way, I found some great pickups in just 2 stores. So let's go over the DVDs first. Now, I will say that all of these each were only $3. DVD or Blu-ray, they were just charging me a flat $3 fee. If I can get physical media for under $5 and it's in great condition, I'm all for it. All right, so starting off with my DVD pickups, guys, it is gonna be a sealed copy of Paul Newman and Robert Redford's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and it does still have the Walmart logo. Now, this is interesting because I actually found 2 copies of this. One was opened and this one was actually sealed right there. The Walmart copy. Don't know anything about this movie. I always hear, actually, I think I might have seen this picture at the bottom of them, like shooting their, like a shootout or something like that. I thought it was pretty cool. It says digitally THX mastered. So even though it is a DVD, guys, it seems like they really did like a lot of upscaling or maybe some work on the audio. That's totally fine. I actually prefer watching older movies in either a VHS or a DVD format just to kind of get that that more grain feel. I like that. I don't know. I just like that authenticity, as close to film as we can get, right? And sometimes with the DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks, they can be a lot more polished than we would like them to be, and it loses that feel, that time capsule feel of this one being in the 1969, almost in the 70s. But yeah, let me know if you guys. I'm sure you guys are going to say this is a great movie, but yeah. All right, so that's that first DVD pickup. The next one, this is a blind buy, but I've never seen a movie with Chow Yun-Fat in it. It is Full Contact. I did look this one up on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, and it has a very, very high score on both. So I'm hoping it's a good film. I don't know if like a lot of people, if this is like one of his top ranked ones. You guys let me know in the comments, or what are some of your favorite Chow Yun-Fat movies I should be checking out. I'm hoping that this is a region-free, it just says all, but sometimes when it comes to Asian release films, guys, I've noticed, especially at the thrift store, they'll be region locked. And that's just because of wherever these people ordered this film from, the previous owners of this movie, they may have ordered it from overseas, and it could have a region B or something like that, or maybe not a region free, and I won't be able to play it. But I believe this is all region free is what it says on the back. Rated R. Looking for that action. It looks like there's going to be a lot of action. So yeah, next up, guys, is another one that I found 2 copies of. One was opened, used, and the other one was sealed. I don't know why people even buy physical media and just like not open it and then just give it away for whatever reason, I'm sure. But it is Winona Ryder and Angelina Jolie. It is Girl Interrupted. Now, believe it or not, I've never seen this one. Even though I do remember it being shown on TV all the time, I would always catch bits and pieces of this one because I think this has to do with either some kind of facility, like a rehab facility or a mental facility. I'm looking at the back and Whoopi Goldberg's in it. I didn't even know that. But yeah, I believe this came out in the late 90s, I want to say 1999. But I don't know much about this movie. I know that these are all big stars, especially Angelina Jolie at the time. Winona Ryder was still a very, very big star. Whoopi Goldberg's still a big star. But yeah, I'm just really happy that I could actually get a closed up copy of this, DVD or not. I'm going into this one more just for the story, but I always hear this one being revered as a very, very good story. Probably a dramatic. I don't know. I don't even know what genre this is. Next up, guys, was actually one that someone asked me, have I seen this one in a recent live stream? Have I checked out this movie? And I was like, you know what? That was a huge part of my growing up, but for whatever reason, meaning that, around like when I was a teenager, this movie came out, but I don't really remember ever seeing anything about it maybe a trailer. I don't even remember seeing it on TV, but it's a great copy too, and I never see this at the thrift store. Everything looks very pristine about it. Antonio Banderas, Catherine Zeta-Jones. It is The Mask of Zorro. Oh, I'm sorry, The Legend of Zorro. I don't know if they had sequels, but I could have sworn there was one called The Mask of Zorro. Maybe I'm tripping. But this one did come out in 2005. Okay, so this came out after I was in high school. Okay, so I don't know why that I thought this was earlier for some reason, but I do love these actors involved. I haven't seen too many Antonio Banderas movies. I know he's trying to make a comeback and whatnot. You guys let me know if this is a fun adventure movie. I'm trying to get more into the fun adventure movies. I really do love Indiana Jones. So yeah, I'm hoping it's like in the vein of that, or like a Robin Hood or something like that. Now, next up was something I really don't know much about. I did grow up on this show, and I do love anthology type of films, so I wanted to pick this one up. Never really see it on physical media whatsoever. I believe it's on streamer. We did just see a documentary a little bit about this film, at least the section that happens, because I do know about the controversy and the terrible tragedy that happened with this movie, or filming this movie, the ending in particular. So I'm gonna watch this, and I'm probably gonna, once I see that scene, is, you know, get the feels or whatever. I'm talking about the Twilight Zone movie. Now, I don't know if this movie is good. I did look it up, and I know it's very hard to get a Blu-ray. Like, Blu-ray copies of this are going for $150 on eBay and other sites. I believe even on Amazon sellers are selling it for you know, $150. That's insanity. I mean, that's like kind of what they did with the Dawn of the Dead before they released it in 4K. The Blu-ray copies were in the hundreds. But this one, I want to say, is like an anthology. I see John Lithgow on the back. Who else is it? Scatman Carruthers from The Shining. You also have Vic Morrow. That's the one. That's the guy. Rest in peace, Vic Morrow. This was his last film. Unfortunately, this gentleman right here in the back, right there. But I believe it is just an anthology film. But Shudder, that's what it was. On Shudder, it was Cursed Films. It was Cursed Films, and they have a segment about this one that does, you know, there's some tragedy that happens. But you guys let me know. Twilight Zone movie, is that one pretty good? I don't even know what year that came out in. Let me actually check this one out real quick. 1983. Okay, so that was before I was born. But yeah, guys, it's PG. Oh, it always trips me out, man, is that, like, Joe Dante was attached to this, I believe. Not Joe Dante, I'm sorry. John Landis and Steven Spielberg. Okay, the character's name is Dante, sorry. That's what it was. John Landis and Steven Spielberg were attached to this film right here. Also has Dan Aykroyd as well, I forgot to mention. Okay, yeah. So next one up is a lot of people tell me to check this one out, and I didn't even know much about it. I think we saw a trailer for it on a recent live stream as well. Every time I find a copy of this movie, I will say this: the copy is so jacked up, I don't even want to touch it. Like, I just feel so disrespected. Like, even like, God, why do you guys take care of your physical media like that? But anyways, it is To Live and Die in LA. And for most of you guys that have followed my live streams before, I go live every couple of times a week. I try to. This is in 1985. I love movies, and I always bring it up. I love movies that are set in LA, especially LA in the 80s. I don't know why. There's something about that grim, just gritty, raw setting, especially before LA got really, really super gentrified, and it just, everything looks, there's so much graffiti. It really just sets a tone. And it really set a tone for action movies, in the 80s and 90s, for great films, right? So this one, I don't know much about it. Like I said, I'm just going based on the cover. Looks like an action movie. William L. Peterson, Willem Dafoe, John Turturro. You guys let me know. To Live and Die in LA, if that's a good film, if you guys enjoyed that one. Next up, guys, is one that I always see at the thrift stores as well. So I don't know if that's a sign of if it's not a good movie or not. But I'm getting more into war movies, and I believe that this, falls into that vein of I don't know if this is a period piece as far as how far back we go in time. I think this might be more modern, but it is Demi Moore in G.I. Jane. Now, I've never seen this one. They used to always show this one on TV as well. I don't really even know who's in this. Okay, so it says it's about the Navy SEALs, I don't, let's see who's all in this. Oh my God, another Ridley Scott movie. So I did see for Memorial Day, I did check out Black Hawk Down, and that was fantastic. Let's see who's all in this though. Viggo Mortensen is in this one as well, and that's all that I recognize really. But yeah, you guys let me know if this is a good film. I just remember it being maybe not controversial, but I think controversial for the time, because women were trying to get into the army, just trying to enlist in the military, and it was a big deal. I mean, it still is kind of a big deal. I don't know, it's a talking point for sure, but there's a lot of high remarks, at least in the back, for highly exciting and entertaining and whatnot. I just want to see this movie. Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs up. Once again, I'm on a war kick as far as like every single war film I've seen that you guys have either recommended or I've run across has been a very, very good, high caliber movie. Next up is another war film. Speaking of war films, it's a Clint Eastwood film, guys, Flags of Our Fathers, and it has a Hollywood video sticker right there, previously viewed, so this is used. Don't know anything about it. I'm just looking at the actors involved in the back. It looks like Ryan Felipe is in this one as well. I mean, what really drew me to it's a Clint Eastwood film, and I'm trying to watch more Clint Eastwood films because he is a great director, great actor for the most part that I've seen him in. Jesse Bradford. Yeah, you guys let me know who's all in it, or if you guys enjoyed this one right here. I believe it has to do with World War II. But yeah, Flags of Our Fathers. I remember hearing the name, but I don't remember seeing anything about it, or if this is like in this top ranked films. You guys let me know. Next up is a double feature. Might be a silly one, but I've never seen these films. I always hear the music from these movies, believe it or not, but the copy itself, I opened it up and it looked like it was a good copy. I mean, for a DVD, DVDs are not resistant to scratches. I mean, like Blu-rays and 4Ks, I mean, it's really hard to scratch those, but DVDs, if they get like a smudge in them, they won't even play. Like, it's crazy. But it's a double feature. It's Footloose and Flashdance. I heard that these are pretty cheesy movies, especially compared to like a Dirty Dancing or something like that, and I really do like Dirty Dancing a lot. I have it in my collection, but I heard Footloose, I want to say, I don't know if this came out actually before it. It says 84 and Flashdance came out in 83. So I don't know, I might have to put up the year that Dirty Dancing came off, because I don't know who's ripping off who in this one. But you guys let me know. I don't know too much about these movies at all. I didn't read the synopsis. Most likely they're just cookie cutters, like people, I want to dance, and right. But you guys let me know, what do you think about this? I don't know if I'll be doing these for a first time watch, just simply for the fact that sometimes this popular music can get copywritten, and it's hard to, like, a movie that plays nothing but pure music, what am I gonna do, silence the whole movie? But you guys let me know if you guys enjoyed either one of those movies. Next up is a movie that it's definitely been on the watch list, but I have never found a physical copy. I think because people like to hold on to this movie. It's a focus feature. There's a lot of praise on here. Academy Award winning Best Original Screenplay, 4 Academy Award nominations, Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I get it. It's a good movie. Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson, Lost in Translation. Another one, once again, like I said, I always come across as far as like being very well revered. I don't know what this film's even about, and that's the best way to go into movies, for me at least, is not knowing anything about it. I believe this takes place in either Japan. I was gonna say either Japan or Korea, but yeah. What year is this, by the way? What year is it? 2003. Okay. So yeah, you guys let me know. Lost in Translation. Where do you guys rank that? Is this a big director, I wonder? Okay, Giovanni Ribisi is in it. Anna Faris is also in it. Okay, it's executive produced by Francis Ford Coppola and Fred Roos. Let's see. Written and directed by Sofia Coppola. Okay, now it's all coming together. Now I understand why you guys like it. Hopefully, I will enjoy it as well. All right, so those are my DVD pickups. I'm very, very excited. Now, I know most of you guys are like, DVD? What the hell? Like, what are you doing, bro? It's all about quality. I totally understand. But sometimes for these first-time watches, especially if I don't know what's going to happen with the physical disc afterwards, I don't mind just watching them for the movie's sake. That's That's totally fine. If I enjoy one of these movies and I really want to add it to my collection, I will invest money to upgrade either to the Blu-ray or the 4K. That's kind of what you guys need to realize when it comes to me, at least. All right, now next up are my Blu-ray pickups, and it's a little less, I believe, than my DVDs, but this one is a question I always get asked, especially since there's a lot of Nick Cage fans apparently that follow me, and I haven't seen too many Nick Cage movies. I mean, just a couple months ago, I saw Face Off for the first time, and I know it's one of his like biggest films everyone talks about. But this one is always one that's mentioned amongst Nick Cage films, and surprisingly, someone donated both movies. So it's National Treasure and National Treasure 2. Right here, Book of Secrets. I know nothing about these films. I really know nothing about these films other than I think that famous clip, I'm gonna get the Declaration of Independence or something like that. And like I had said before, I just mentioned that I am a huge fan of Indiana Jones. I hope that this is in the vein of Indiana Jones as far as like, cave dwelling, like, like as far as like just adventure action packed. And I'm glad I can get them both on Blu-ray. So shouts out to whoever, donated these. But let me see. So the first one, National Treasure, it just says collector's edition. I didn't even know it was a Disney property. But this one came out in... Okay, so I'm not really sure the years of this, guys. I'll put up... So for the first one, I will put up the date right here, as well as the second one. I'll put the date up right next to it as well. Once again, I don't even know who's all in it. Sometimes this writing is so damn tiny. Am I just like going blind or what? But on the back... Okay, so for the first film, it says Jon Voight, Harvey Keitel, Diane Kruger, Sean Bean. Oh my... This is a Christopher Plummer. This is a really good cast. Alongside, of course, Nick Cage. And for the second one, it looks like who's all in it as well. Once again, tiny. Okay, we got all the same. Jon Voight, Harvey Keitel, Ed Harris in this one this time. Helen Mirren. Wow. Okay, very cool. You guys let me know those good films. Next up, surprisingly, I didn't have it, even though I have these two little guys on my wall, but WreckIt Ralph, the first WreckIt Ralph. I've been trying so hard to get this, guys, for dirt cheap. And once again, all of these came out to $3 each. But everyone always holds on to their Disney titles. I do have the second WreckIt Ralph on 4K, but I loved the first one. I absolutely loved the first one a little more than the second one. But I love these characters, this John C. Reilly character, and it's also, what the heck's her name? Sarah Silverman, I believe, that plays Vanellope. I believe it's Sarah Silverman that plays Vanellope, the voice of. So cute. So cute. This is a character that these are the characters that I really gravitated towards, especially since they're very almost self-aware, like very especially the second one is very, very self-aware and meta. But yeah, I'm so glad I could add the first one to my collection now, just for a couple of bucks. Second one is a fun one. I always thought this one was a Disney film. Is this not a Disney film? Oh, it's a 20th Century Fox film. It's Ben Stiller in Night at the Museum. I know there's a slew of these movies as well, as far as like sequels and whatnot. But I've never seen any of these at all whatsoever. I've seen clips and stuff like that. They always used to show it on TV. I thought it would just be fun, for a first time watch. At least the first one. You guys let me know. I believe this has, the late great Robin Williams. Oh. And there's a lot of people in this, because I think it's, is that Rami Malek? Yeah, I think it's Rami Malek, and there's Robin Williams in the front cover right there in the back. So that's Robin Williams. I think that's Rami Malek playing like a pharaoh or something. I believe this is about like either the statues or these figures come to life. Almost like an Indian in the cupboard type of situation, a film that I grew up on, that I hold, near and dear to my heart, in this type of, museum. And I think that's what we're getting, just like the hijinks that ensue, almost like a Jumanji type of deal, which also had Robin Williams too. I think that, I guess the dinosaur comes to life too, the dinosaur bones. But you guys let me know. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't know anything about it. Next up, guys, is a Disney Pixar film, and this one always gets like, everyone always asks me this, because if you're an animated fan, I believe this is part of like a lot of people's nostalgia, and especially around this time in the early 2000s, I want to say, people were like, this was like when people were on a Pixar kick, especially when Toy Story was coming out. But it is Ratatouille. I will be doing this on a first time watch, because I I don't know. I think it's because I was already, you know, out of high school, and for whatever reason, I was just not watching these Pixar movies. All the Toy Stories I loved. I don't know why. I think because I grew up with that one first, maybe. I want to say the first one came out in like the late 90s. I could be wrong. But what year did this come out? Once again, I don't know. I'll have to put it up, guys. Sometimes the writing is so damn small on this, you can't see anything. But yeah, this one always gets talked about as far as like being a great Pixar movie, or a fun one at least, you know. I don't know. But yeah, once again, I don't know too much about it. I can't even guess what this is about. Do they acknowledge that the rats exist and that the rats want to cook with them? I don't know. Or maybe it's happening after hours. I don't know. It could be like one of those type of things, like a Toy Story situation where when the humans leave, everything comes to life, you know, in the underworld, underbelly. The next one is a movie that I don't even know that they have a remake to. But at the bottom of this, it says, includes a sneak peek of the new film. So I did look up the remake, and it stars Keanu Reeves, and I'm like, I never heard of that one. So the fact that they have this original black and white on Blu-ray, it really had me intrigued. I want to check out what it's about. So it says the original sci-fi masterpiece, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Never even heard of this movie, never even heard of the remake until I looked it up, like I had said. And I think the remake has Jennifer Connelly and Keanu Reeves. I was like, when did that come out? Because I had never even seen it or even heard of it. But this one right here is I believe this is from the 50s. 1951, it says. Don't even know much about it. I believe it's just about aliens or something. You know, maybe an alien encounter. You guys let me know, but I always love seeing older films, especially if they're good, There's some movies that I've seen from the 50s that have blown me away, and they don't even have that much, you know, action or anything. It's more dialogue heavy, but you guys let me know. All right, once again, guys, another animated film. This time it's a DreamWorks film. The only DreamWorks films I think I've seen really are, I know I added a couple of my collection in my last haul, but Shrek, of course, is probably the biggest one. But this one, I'm really excited to check out. I think it has some sequels too, but it is Jack Black in Kung Fu Panda. Now, I know a lot of people really love this character. I know it was like a huge, like his bread and butter. I just noticed it says $5 on the side, but I think the guy charged me only $3. So I was like, yeah, let's go. But anyways, I don't know much about this one. Like as far as like the story goes, I just know I've seen this character, and I think it had sequels, and they always used to show us on TV. But you guys let me know, is this going to be a fun one to watch first time? Now next up was at one of the thrift stores right when I was leaving. They have movies behind the counter for some reason. I don't know if that's because they're more popular ones that people try to steal. So like, because a lot of people do steal from the Goodwill, believe it or not, or thrift stores and whatnot, and they just open it up and take the disc. I'm like, what? You guys are scum for doing that. But anyways, this is not in the best condition, but I had it on DVD in a 3-pack. It came with the 40-Year-Old Virgin. It came with, I'm trying to think of what other movie. It was around whatever movies were coming out around the time of 40-Year-Old Virgin, but this one was part of it on DVD. Now I upgraded to a Blu-ray. It is knocked up, the unrated and unprotected version. I never see this movie on Blu-ray. I never see it on Blu-ray, at least like for cheap. I don't know. This movie is so fun. They were able to combine just the humor with Seth Rogen and his band of, you know, Jonah Hill misfits and whatnot. I believe Jason Segel's in it. Jay Baruchel, I believe that's how to pronounce his name, is all in it. All the same cast, like the Apatow cast, right? I believe this might be an Apatow movie, probably. But there's a huge part of adulting in this film because it does deal with, you know, pregnancy. And Katherine Heigl's in it as well. I believe Kristen Wiig. I could be wrong, but there's a lot of like little cameos in it. Paul Rudd's in it as well. Oh, you know what? Leslie Mann and Paul Rudd are a couple in this film, which also spawned This Is 40. So if you guys have seen This Is 40, this is the movie that came before that one with those exact same characters. But people liked them so much that they actually created a spin-off called This Is 40, which is also a very good favorite of ours, which I don't have in Blu-ray. I think I have it on DVD, but I'm gonna upgrade that one as soon as I find it as well. So yeah, it comes with the rated and the unrated version. The unrated version is only 4 minutes extra. This movie is so fun. Like, it has so much rewatch value. I've seen this at least 5 or 6 times in my lifetime. I watch it at least once a year, every couple of years maybe. This was at the height of Katherine Heigl too, guys. She's not really doing movies anymore. I know she was doing Grey's Anatomy, you know, she was big on that, but film-wise, she's not really doing it anymore. And Seth Rogen really isn't doing these raunchy films anymore. I think he's trying to, you know, go in a different path or whatever. But this is a great movie. Like, as far as, like, you know, just fun, and there's some life lessons. It says from the director of 40-Year-Old Virgin. So if you guys like that comedy, expect some really good humor and writing along the way. Some real natural, relatable humor along the way. And last but not least, it came with a Blu-ray and the DVD, which I don't need the DVD if I have the Blu-ray. Another first-time watch. I mean, these are all... Well, not all of them, I'm sorry. But yeah, that last one I've seen a billion times. But most of these are first-time watches, guys. It is Jason Segel, Amy Adams, Chris Cooper. I'm sure a lot more people. It is Disney's The Muppets. Now, I don't know if this is... No, this is not the first time they've done it. Because I think back in the day, they used to do a couple of live action Muppet films. I know my sister's seen this one and she watches it a lot. She loves these films. I grew up on the Muppets. I was not a diehard or anything like that, but I have fun with these, with at least the show. I think there was a show or something where I used to watch it. We used to watch it on TV. So whatever that was on, that's what we used to watch it on. And it was fun. I mean, you know, come on, iconic Kermit and Miss Piggy, and I think it was like Beekman. I think this guy's name is Beekman or something. And then Animal, of course. Animal playing the drums. Right? So that's it. I don't know much about it, like what the story is going to be. It's just always funny seeing puppetry and live action of them running around trying to be serious. Who else is all in this as far as like voice actors? Or not voice actors, but like the actual actors. Rashida Jones is in it. I'm sure there's a lot more because they always pack people in here in these fun little movies. But yeah, anyways, you guys let me know. Just another fun one. I'm sure it came... I don't know when it came... I don't even know when it came out, to be honest, but I'll put it up on screen once again. But anyways, those are all my Blu-ray picks right there, guys. I'm very excited to add these to my collection. If they're good, I'll keep them in my collection. If not, I'll have to donate them or give them away or whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Blu-rays this haul, guys. I'm sorry, 9 10 11 12. Well, this is a 4K, but yeah, so 12. And for DVDs, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think that's 22. I could be wrong. 22, I think. 22. Yeah, 10 and 12. All right. We're on board, David. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out my pickups. I'm a huge collector. Like I said, I have to get a little better with watching the movies that I pick up, especially from the Dollar Tree, because I can haul up on those things and never watch them. I just usually get them for the cover or the story, not for anybody involved usually, because they're really low budget stuff. But like I said, they're either hit or miss. But I got to clear that section out and make way for all of these new ones, especially if I plan on keeping them. So that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for checking it out. Make sure if you guys want to get this shirt, or just want to check out what I have on my store, because I do have other merch on there as well. You're clicking that link down below, and especially hit that like button. It really does go a long way, and consider subscribing today, guys, to join the Flix Talk family. And if you guys want to go a step further monetarily, donate to the channel, hit that super thanks button down below. All right, thank you guys so much. Till next video, I'm gone. Peace.